Hi, my name's John. I'm a maths tutor and secondary maths teacher. Today I'm going to help you with some of the more common problems that you'll see in maths. You have the polynomial x squared minus 4x plus 3. And this is a quadratic. If we want to solve this, we do one of the two methods. Both methods will help you find the solutions for this quadratic, and both can be used in different circumstances. The first method is using the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is the following. Now this looks incredibly difficult, but actually it's quite simple to use. First of all, we have to realise that every quadratic is in the following form. Notice here, in front of our terms, we have what's called a coefficient, a, b and c. These are different for every quadratic. Here our a is 1, our b is minus 4, and our c is 3. All we need to do now is subtract these into the quadratic formula to give us our solutions. Let's write them down here to remember them. A is 1, b is minus 4, and c is 3. Start here, minus b is 4, plus or minus the square root of b squared, minus 4 squared gives us 16, minus 4 multiplied by 1, which is a, multiplied by 3 gives us minus 12. Just to recap on that point, 4 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 3 is 12. We divide all of this by 2 multiplied by a, which is 2, and we have something that still looks a little bit complicated. What we need to do now is we need to work this out. 4 we can leave there for now. 4 plus or minus, and we simplify this. 16 take away 12 is 4, and the square root of 4 is 2. We divide all of this by 2, and we've almost done. What we need to do now is look at the fact that we can either add 2 or subtract 2, and that will give us our two different solutions to this quadratic. 4 plus 2 is 6. If we divide that by 2, we have one answer of 3, and we have another answer of 4 take away 2, which is 2 divided by 2, which gives us 1. This means that x equals 3 and x equals 1 in our two solutions. To find out what the y part of the coordinate is, we substitute these numbers back into our original polynomial, and I will show you one example of that. Let's look at that for x equals 3. We have 3 squared minus 4 times 3 plus 3. This gives us 9 minus 12 plus 3, which is equal to 0. And as we know, that's what we expect, because we expect a y part of the coordinate to be 0 in our solution, because this is where the quadratic crosses the x-axis. So here we have found two solutions for x for the quadratic using the quadratic formula. Remember, just find out the coefficients and substitute them into this formula, which you will be given in your exams. The other solution is to factorize. Now to factorize, we need to do the following. We know that a quadratic is going to look like this, 2 brackets multiplied together. The numbers at the end are going to have to multiply to give 3. So let's start there. We know that they have to be 3 and 1. We now need a way of finding a sum with 3 and 1 in it that gives us minus 4. It's obvious that we need minus 3 and minus 1. We then just need an x term in both brackets, and we can see that this will expand to give us this original polynomial. X multiplied by x is x squared, minus 3 times x is minus 3x, minus 3 times by minus 1 gives us plus 3, and Finally, minus 1 multiplied by x gives us minus x. Simplifying this gives us x squared minus 4x plus 3. What we need to do is make this bracket here equal to 0, and the ways to do that is to make this bracket equal to 0 or this one equal to 0. To do that, x needs to be either 3 for this bracket, or x needs to be 1 for this bracket. Because 3 take away 3 is 0, and 1 take away 1 is 0. And we can see that these are the same solutions we got from using the quadratic formula. And this is how to solve a quadratic equation.